Hey everybody, Michelle is here with my, I wanted to let my hair down. You know what I'm saying, and just whatever. Hope you guys are having fun. It's still Saturday, 2/11, 2023, and I hope you like my naturally grayed hair. My hair has been graying on the sides like this since I was 12, and so we have early gray in our lineage. More so on my dad's side because I look like him. And I don't know if you notice, I have this mole on the side of my head. I do have issues with my skin. I've had that for a while. But my skin is very sensitive, so I have to use like baby products on my skin just so it doesn't get any more irritated. And if I start picking on something on my boom, and I don't know if you notice, a lot of black uh, community. The black people and the black. There's these like dots that it looks like pigments or something. I don't know what causes them. You probably can see it on my neck too. They'll come and go. They call them skin tags, I think. And this is similar. I have it all over my chest area too. But I mean, it's not unattractive, of course. But it's just there, and I know people notice it. My little mole there, and there. I mean, someone may be concerned, someone may not be. Just sharing that I do have the issues with the skin. You wouldn't know it, but I do. It's hard. That's what I'm saying. All this enhancement on these equipments, people look so much differently when when they see you in person. I'm still pretty, but I mean, I do have natural scars, from my former job and just from living, you know. And so that's why I don't want to have all that stuff on my face. I don't wear no makeup, of course, but I mean, if you like what you see, if you don't, you know what to do. You go swipe the fuck out of your phone like you always do, swiping people away. So that I'm fine. Um, but I just want you to keep in mind about things. When you know who you are, that lessens the fact that you will be manipulated, but you will be. The technology can manipulate. They can spray shit into your eyes from outside. Fuck with your hearing with these sonic sounds, and do something to your heart that cause your heart to be racing for unknown reasons. You're sitting your ass down, and all of a sudden your heart's racing. So, um, so you can be manipulated. It's so hard to get out of this stuff because, like I said, we allowed it to take off into the stratosphere. We didn't stop it from growing and shooting off all over the universe. So we're feeling the effects of it. Because, like I say, eventually all them satellites up there, them thousands upon thousands of satellites up there, they're eventually gonna come down. And they're gonna come down on human beings, of course. That's how it always is. You know. So, and I want to say this too. Um, my mom has been sick for a long. She had been sick for a while. I think it started around the early 2000, like 2000 ish. Is when she started having all these medical issues, and she managed to get through. Because after she had one particular incident happen to her, my mom became so laid back because she used to be very manic, and it kind of leveled itself off because she became so laid back and didn't care about nothing. If you told her to do something, she did it. She didn't make a big fuss out of things. I mean, she was still stubborn, but she didn't make a big fuss out of things. Okay, whatever. She knew she was gonna be taken care of. That's the point I'm making. My dad was there. He said he'd be there, and we were there. Various because we were a big family. And I can remember when she was having all these issues. She would go to these doctors, and they had no clue why she was having pains here and having pains there, until to one point she just like whatever. But unfortunately, you know, it was something about certain things. Let me just say this. All because your primary care physician is offering you some shots. You need to take these shots because you need to decline. If you don't need people forcing you to do all this kind of stuff. And what pisses me off is I have a particular family member, and they know who they are. And again, I tend to sit down and talk to them about our situation so we can communicate better. But there was always something in the middle, and she was kind of passive aggressive. She's a passive aggressive type, so whatever. I don't want to. I mean, because I don't want to be upsetting her and carrying on. Um, but all because it came out of a doctor's mouth doesn't mean that it's true. You still need to get second opinions and research. Okay, all because your doctor say, well, you need a flu shot, doesn't mean you need to get a fucking flu shot. Okay? Because I say this for a reason. My mom functioned fine after my dad died. She was fine. She would sit in her same chair every day and minding her own damn business. And she never bothered anybody. She sat there. She knew she was going to be taken care of because all of us are around. Well, you have these, like I said, passive-aggressive type personalities who think they know it all. And they're so naive and delusional too, unfortunately. And also self-righteous. Okay? Self-righteous. And because out of nowhere, they'll be calm and, smiling and everything's fantastic. But as soon as you challenge them on their decisions and what are you thinking about, then that's when that passive aggressiveness comes out, or they become self-righteous. But anyway, so my mom was fine for a long time, even with the midst of all these illnesses she had. She could have been around, in my opinion, for a very long time. But there was an interference, as always. The people interfering and always believing the doctors are always right. That's some bullshit, and those are fatal beliefs, in my opinion. Because somehow my sister just decided, oops, I called her out. Oh well, I don't give a fuck. Decided my mom had to do this, take a certain type of a shot. Because it's being pushed and thrown down everybody's throat that they need to take this particular shot. Okay. Within months, my mom died. Okay, so, and of course, when on the death certificate, they're going to say she died of natural causes because she did have a lot of health issues, lots of them, but she managed. And with some of the type of illnesses that, she was almost 80, but like I said, as soon as she took this particular type of shot, because her doctor felt that it was necessary to protect her, and within months, my mom was dead. So the doctor is not always right. Sometimes you got to trust your gut, and I have been trying to tell them that for the longest. Trust your gut and instinct on these things. All because somebody's pushing a certain type of medication or a shot doesn't mean that is for you, and that you need to go out and get these shots. My dad would not get a flu shot ever. My dad would not get a flu shot. I'm not going to say anything else because people get all worked up and, but he refused to have a flu shot, as well as he refused to have my mom too. And they never called it flu. But I do remember one year, somebody took the flu shot and ended up in the hospital with the flu. So I know that's all possible. But why are we risking that on our elderly human beings? Why can't we just leave them alone and let them just die naturally and always interfering with that? We love to interfere. That's my point. And I wish we would just back off and allow people to breathe and trust their instinct and make decisions on their own. And if you are making decisions on their behalf, you need to do the goddamn same thing. You don't need to be rushing out, and because the doctor says something. Sit your ass down and think about it. Why should an 80-year-old, almost 80-year-old woman need to be bothered with all that stuff? We we do really need to reconsider how we think and how we rely on always outside people telling us what to do. So I just wanted to share that. If you are acting on the behalf of an elderly person, okay, you need to be reasonable and understanding and do your own research and not believe that the doctor is always right. Okay, and tone down the self-righteousness. Peace and love.